Particularly because of COVID, housing costs have risen over the past few years. This problem can occasionally be brought on by the rent and other housing-related costs. Property ownership does, at least in part, equate to freedom under capitalism. In America, owning a home is the best way to pass wealth down through generations. As a result, your chances of moving up the social ladder are much lower than those of people whose families have historically been able to use homes as assets, equity, and inheritances. Welcome to the Financial Flow. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay up on our latest videos. Are you having issues making debt payments? You could refinance or get a second mortgage if you own a home. The Federal Reserve reports, in 2019, saw a median net worth of $255,000 for homeowners versus a pitiful $6,300 for renters. If you own a home, you probably spend a lot of time with other homeowners. This means that you and your neighbors are funding the neighborhood schools more effectively through property taxes than neighborhoods with higher renter and lower income levels. Therefore, your children will probably benefit from a better education in addition to generational wealth. Let's not forget that property ownership has historically been used for discriminatory ends, such as denying women and members of minority groups the right to vote. In fact, until the middle of the 19th century, even white men who did not own property were frequently denied the right to vote. Homeowners still control contemporary local politics. Even in cities with significant renter populations, they participate at much higher rates, have much more clout in the electoral process, and make up the majority of elected officials. Their disproportionate influence has severe repercussions for local governments in America. Racial and economic segregation, sprawling and environmentally harmful land use, high housing costs, and unequal access to high-quality public goods are all results of land use and housing policies that favor homeowners. Politics participation without property ownership was a hotly debated topic at the Constitutional Convention. It was deliberate to favor one class of people over all others by emphasizing property ownership as the model of American virtue. Owning a small plot of land has therefore historically been important for success in America. At the same time, it has continued to be so many people's elusive dream. These days, that also applies to older millennials. The 2008 financial crisis, which caused millions of Americans to lose their homes to predatory subprime lending practices, continues to have a significant impact on them, and they witnessed the almost immediate disappearance of well-paying jobs. They also have an unprecedented amount of debt from student loans, which obviously affects your budget. Simply your overall budget because you are cash strapped. And that's a problem, because research has found that renting is actually harmful to your health. Homeowners perceived a sense of control, trust in neighbors, and residential stability. That resulted in better mental health outcomes than their renting counterparts, according to a 2012 study of urban homeowners and renters. Unsurprisingly, the lack of stability that has characterized millennial adulthood creates a fertile environment for depression and anxiety. Then, the pandemic broke out, and since we were confined to small apartments, we began longingly pursuing online listings of houses with yards, space for an office, and enough room to get away from the smell of our roommates' declining hygiene practices. However, as young people flocked to the internet to browse their dream homes, one of the major providers of house goals got into trouble for having blatantly anti-consumer business practices. Additionally, in a misguided attempt to gain even more money from the home selling process, it managed to screw itself. Zillow is that site, and you've probably lost at least one afternoon to it if you're between the ages of 25 and 40. Introduced in 2006, Zillow started out as a straightforward listings website where users could enter details about the homes they wanted to buy, such as location, price range, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, etc. When they saw something they liked, they could then contact a broker. It's a platform for real estate agents to find people who are looking for homes and want to buy them, according to Will Parker of the Wall Street Journal. That is the main source of revenue for Zillow, and it is a profitable business. Very high margin supply. As a result, it's not business that requires a lot of capital or assets. However, the company made the decision to eliminate the middleman in 2018 and begin buying and selling homes directly. a procedure known as instant buying or iBuying. And they projected that it would bring them a metric butt full of cash in terms of real estate. With iBuying, customers could sell their homes almost instantly to a company like Zillow, rather than going through the lengthy process of listing, showing, waiting for offers, negotiating, etc. Zillow believed that both buyers and sellers would find this model more appealing. In essence, Zillow was just flipping houses. Zillow would like to buy houses and resell them for more money than they paid for them. Additionally, iBuyers earn money from transaction fees, the deal's true cash cow. Zillow anticipated that their iBuying program, known as Zillow Offers, would bring in an additional $20 billion annually. On a small scale, however, house flipping isn't that profitable. You can't, for example, purchase a home for $100,000 and sell it for $1 million. The difference between purchasing expenses and sale revenues is not very large. Zillow had to either go big or go home in order to live up the enormous promise of a multi-billionaire surge in revenue. That is precisely what they did, at prices that confounded their rivals, and in many cases, delighted homeowners who were putting their homes on the market. Zillow purchased 7,000 homes. In order to persuade the seller to make an easy and quick decision, Zillow would occasionally pay more than the price at which neighborhood real estate agents had valued the homes. The Zillow plan had some flaws. Real estate isn't like Costco, and making bulk purchases of home carries a lot more risk than making a single impulsive purchase. And when Zillow revealed in the fall of 2021 that it had suffered a $500 million loss on Zillow Offers, $20.5 billion less than the profit they'd anticipated, regret struck hard. Even though Zillow's hubris makes it difficult to remain upright, it's important to think about what they intend to do with all those homes. Spoiler alert, families or newlyweds are not the target for them. Bloomberg News claims that Zillow is presenting them to institutional investors like private equity companies. Furthermore, the entire scandal serves as a microcosm of much more serious issue in America. Following the 2008 housing crisis, large corporate investors began buying up abandoned homes and renting them out, frequently for more than original owners would have paid. Since then, this practice has intensified. According to a survey cited in Fortune, about 82% of millennials have at least one major regret about purchasing a home. These regrets include declining home values, choosing the wrong neighborhood, and the decidedly unglamorous realities of fixer-uppers. Or to put it another way, we're replacing ourselves directly within a system that has rendered us helpless. Instead of challenging the political system that places us in this situation, we will work off our worries when we are truly concerned about finding our own single-family home. Ownership limits household members' opportunities to participate in other activities and their desires to do so, particularly their willingness to take part in group actions that could result in social conflict. We're less likely to agitate against a broken system when they're more concerned with reaping the benefits of it. In addition, the authors contend that because of this individual mindset, social and political structures are not held accountable when something goes wrong, but rather than the individual. But it's not because millennials are wasting their inflation-adjusted wages on frivolous items that so many of them are unable to purchase a home or keep up with their mortgage payments. It's because sizable corporations are charging too much for them. Zillow is alluring because of how easily accessible it is, which belies reality and keeps us daydreaming. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Have a good one.